Namaste and welcome to Times Health Plus. I'm Ms. Vinita Sakpal, a senior nutritionist and yoga expert from the Yoga Institute, here to guide you all on a beautiful series of Heal Yourself Naturally with 4 lifestyle pillars. So far, we have come up with multiple series of health lifestyle different disorders. Now we are focusing on the lifestyle pillars, right? So we have finished up with 2 pillars and we are on the third pillar. The 2 pillars were sleep and stress. Hope you all remember that these many sessions we have done so far, and in the last session we have started with the third pillar, which was hydration. Okay, so in the last session we talked good about why water is so important for our body, why hydration needs to be maintained on regular basis so that your functions of your body, your different organs that requires the water intake is, which is important, that we have understood in the last session, right? So in the today's session we will step one step ahead to understand how much water is important, when to take water intake, then different you can say sources from where we get the fluids or the hydration. And we will also understand if your body is undergoing dehydration, how to identify that your body actually requires certain amount of water intake at particular time, right? So that signs and symptoms that comes with dehydration, even that we will discuss in the today's session. Okay, so before proceeding with our today's session, let me ask you all that if you have attended the last session, I had given you one task, right? Task of the week. And it was very simple. You just have to monitor your water intake for 7 days. So, can you all just tell me that did you practice this thing that for this complete 1 week, did you kept that? Awareness that how much water intake is happening particular day, were you able to maintain that amount of water on regular basis? So please write your answers in the comment section. Let me see how many people have participated into these things, or at least have been little aware that now I have to start focusing on the water intake. So please let me know if you really had pondered upon these things and you have incorporated your water intake. Okay, so I've got one answer. Ashwin ji says 4 to 5 liter per day. So that's a good intake, Ashwin ji. If your height is taller and if you are weighing in near your ideal weight, so according to that, if your 4 to 5 liter of water is something that is suiting your body, then yes, you can go with it. But maintaining is something which is important, right? So please do let me know others also if you have tried to take your water intake on regular basis and were you able to maintain it or not. Okay, meanwhile let's see. Okay, someone says 2 liter per day. Very good intake. Okay. Okay, Aditya ji. So 2 liters you have taken on regular basis. That's a good minimum intake that your body requires. If possible, you can increase according to the seasons and other requirements. Okay, fine. So let's understand what we are going to learn today. We will understand for an individual how much water is needed. Then we are going to understand about when to drink water, the ideal timings of drinking water. There are so many myths and facts that we have to discuss in today's session. We will also understand how to drink water in the right way, in a right manner. We will understand certain signs that will give an understanding that your body is dehydrated, and of course how to quickly replenish those dehydrated state with multiple other sources that we will understand in today's lecture. Also smart hydration tips will be shared with you, and as usual by the end of the session we will be sharing one task of the week. Okay, fine. Great. Someone says 2.5 liter and some says 2 to 3 liters. So very good intake that you're trying to balance. The only thing we have to focus that everything should be in a right consistency. Okay, fine. So let's come to the number one topic, that how much water do we need? In the last session, we have understood that why water was so essential, right? Our brain, our muscle, our bones, our stomach, everyone require water on regular basis. If we don't replenish our body with water on timely basis, then your body will undergo a difficult state, which is your stressful state. In the stressful state, multiple signs and symptoms you can see in your body, and that could lead to difficulty in focus, concentration. You won't be able to do your work that effectively, right? So that's the reason water intake, how much an individual is required, that we will understand now. So for every individual, can you tell me, is it something that every individual should take only 2 liters of water every day, or it varies to person to person? Please write your answers in comment section. I'll repeat my question. I wanted to ask that, is every individual need to consume particular amount only, which is 2 liters per day, or it keeps on changing for every individual? Yes. So Aditya ji says it varies person to person. Yes. Now, why it varies? Because every individual body weight is different, and every individual physical activity is different, right? Few people are sedentary workers, few people are moderate worker, few people are one who is like athlete who do heavy working lifestyle. So for them, their water intake will be different, right? How is your weight, current body weight, compared to your previous body weight? Even that will give you an understanding that your water requirements are changing constantly. Okay, so number one, your water intake depends on your body weight and your physical activity. If you're working out too much, you are losing out a lot of sweat. That means you need to replenish your body with other sources, right? Number two is climate. Even a climate can define that how much of water intake should go in your body. Now tell me, according to different climate, which is the climate or which is the season where we feel too much of thirst? Write your answers in the comment section. Which is the climate or a season where we feel too much, where we feel thirsty more often compared to other season? Okay, write your answers in the comment section. Yes, summer. Summertime is a crucial period where we constantly feel like hydrating your body, right? Why that happens? Because the heat around you, the environmental heat is too much. Okay, the degrees of your heat is too much, and your internal temperature is also little heaty. So to balance that, or to match that, or to survive in that external high temperature, your internal temperature need to be coolant. Okay, that's the reason, number one, that we hydrate a lot, we feel thirsty, to balance the temperature in and out of the body. Number two, because of the summer, because of the high temperature outside, what is happening? We are getting too much of sweatiness, right? Lot of perspiration is happening, lot of dryness. We feel very tired throughout the day, because lot of water is getting out of your body, either through the form of sweat, or through urination, or through your feces, and multiple things, right? Even your skin is something that is evaporating a lot of water, right? So lot of water is going out of your body during summertime, and that's the reason we feel more thirsty. Comparatively, if we see in winters, we don't feel that amount of thirst, right? Why? Because climate is quite a bit cool, it's dry, and therefore your body requires, the water intake which your body requires is sufficient to balance out the external temperature, right? But your body requires water on regular basis for other functionings also, apart from body temperatures, right? So your kidney requires right amount of water to flush out the toxins from your body. Your joints require right amount of water so that it becomes lubricated, and there will be no friction while walking or doing any kind of work, right? Apart from that, your organs, your muscles requires water so that it becomes more soft, and it is replenished, and it's strengthful. Why? Because it will prevent spasms, right? It will prevent sprains. Okay, you must have seen, when the water intake is less in your body, we are prone towards getting a lot of sprains, right? So that will be prevented. So whether it's a summer, whether it's a rainy season, or whether it's a winter season, you have to maintain your water intake. Of course, the amount will vary little bit because in summer the requirement is high compared to winters, but minimum 2 liters of water is something which is essential for every adult individual. Okay. Number 3 is even food intake is something which tells us that your water is something your water intake is something which is required. For example, if you're a person who eat more of dry sort of foods compared to water rich foods, then also you will feel little dehydrated, right? So we have to bring a balance between the water rich source and dry foods. Now what do you mean by water rich source and dry foods? So in your regular meals there is no salads into your diet, or if there is no soups into your diet, or if there is less amount of buttermilk into your diet, or dal is little thicker compared to watery, then somehow you are losing out with a lot of water sources from your diet, right? And in spite of that, despite of that, you are also not hydrating well, so even that can be a result for dehydration. So food intake can also tell us that how much your water body requires. Okay. Number 4 is your health condition, which define that when you require more of water. So during your when a person who is having fever, or a person who is diabetic, or a person who is having kidney issues will require water intake sufficiently, right? And apart from that, a general guide rule is what every individual should never go below 2 liters anyhow. You should always consume more than 2 liters on regular basis if you are an adult. Okay, so this is how we define that how much your body requires water depends upon multiple factors. Okay, now let's proceed ahead. Let's understand and bifurcate and see for particular age group how much of water intake is essential. Okay, so age group, if we see first, 1 to 3 year old kid will require 4 glasses per day, which is approximately 1 liter. Okay, each glass is of 200 to 250 ml liters, 250 ml. Okay, so 1 to 3 years of child will require 4 glasses. 4 to 8 years of child will require 5 glasses, which is 1.2 liters. A person who is 9 to 13 years of age, then that person will require 7 to 8 glasses per day. 14 to 18, 8 to 11 glasses. You can note down these all values into your notes, because this will be really helpful to understand in complete family that if a person who is aging, whose age group is a particular group, how much water intake is something which is required. Okay, same goes with men's who are 19 plus, who are adults, will require 13 glasses per day, which is approx 3 liters. Women's requirement is 10 glasses per day, which is 2.5 liters. Pregnancy, of course, the requirement increases because baby is in a womb, so 8 to 10 glasses per day. In lactation, even more requirement is there. Why? Because a baby is completely dependent on lactating mother. Okay, so you all must be knowing in the first 6 months of a baby is a very crucial period, because that baby is exclusively dependent on mother's breast milk. You cannot feed water, honey, or any other sources to that baby in this first 6 months. Now why? Because whatever the nutrition that baby requires will be getting from the mother's breast milk only. So even if you feel that we are not feeding water to the baby, but baby is getting water through the breast milk, that's the reason apart from breast milk, nothing else should be introduced in this first 6 months of your baby. And that's the reason the lactating woman should always hydrate more. Okay, the 13 glasses per day, approx 3 liters, something she have to consume. Okay, any doubt so far? Yes, Dhavanji, you will get this all data on the Times Health Plus. They will upload all the data on their dashboard. You just have to go and visit their page. You will get all the previous sessions also, including this session. Okay, fine. Let's proceed ahead and understand when to drink water. Now everyone get confused, like if I want to maintain 2 liter, 3 liter, how should I maintain? So this is one of the easy chart I have got for everyone, and the timings which we have mentioned are essential, because if you are not hydrating during this time period, somehow your internal body functions are getting affected. Okay, so number one, when you start your day with early morning, when you get up, you should start your day with good 1 glass of water. There are many n number of people who come to us and say that we take 500 ml of water once we get up in the morning. Not required. You cannot load your body with excess amount of water in one go. It will create a lot of stress and shock for your internal systems to work accordingly, right? So the first thing, your body, when you wake up in the morning, your body is in a little dormant state. It is coming from the sleepful stage to an awake stage, right? So to get that shift, you have to introduce 1 glass of water when you wake up in the morning. It can be anything. A lukewarm water is one of the best thing that you can introduce, because it matches the internal temperature of your body first thing in the morning. So you can start with lukewarm water. If you feel lukewarm water is something you don't like, just go with a room temperature water, but do not take cold water throughout the day. Okay, now why this early morning water is important? Because it helps to kickstart your digestion. What is happening over here? Your stomach from your night time till your morning was empty. What was there in your stomach was only natural acids. Now to neutralize that natural acid, you have to introduce some alkaline thing in the morning, and water is one of the best alkaline in nature that can help to reduce the acid levels in your stomach, which will prevent further acidity and reflux. Okay, after that, what is important is before your meals, 30 minutes before your meal, you have to take water. Okay, why 30 minutes before meals you require to take water? Because it helps in improving your metabolism. Now what is metabolism? Whatever food you eat, it is getting well digested, and whatever heat has been generated through it to get good energy for your energy supply for your body is called as metabolism, right? So to improve this digestion, to improve this metabolism, you have to lubricate your complete GI tract 30 minutes before your meals, so that even the digestive enzymes will become alert and they'll get secreted at the right time for the digestion. Okay, yes, there is one question. Sangeeta ji says chia seed water is okay in the morning. Yes, now chia seed water is something depends upon individuals body, how it is reacting. Few people will be able to adjust and accept that chia seed water in the morning. Few people might get little bloated effect. So you have to understand, when you take 1 teaspoon of chia seed, soaked chia seed water in the morning, and it is suiting your body, there is no bloating effect, then you can continue. But if you are getting little bloating effect, then switch that chia seed water later in the day. Okay, fine. Let's proceed ahead. After 30 minutes before your meals, mid morning and mid evening is one of the good time where you can introduce 1 glass of water, because it helps to maintain your energy level throughout the day. Okay, so mid morning are usually between your breakfast and your lunch, which is around 11:30, and mid evening is something around 4 to 5 p.m., where you can introduce good 1 glass of water. Now it's not necessary that you have to introduce only water. You can always add other fluid sources also, like lemon water, lemon and chia seed water, or lemon, mint and chia seed water, or sabja water, or barley water, or coconut water. Whatever you feel, you can keep on switching your types of water. The only main goal is to hydrate your body. Okay, there is one more question. 3 glasses warm water have been taken last many years. Is it harmful? So it's not harmful, but what is actually happening inside your body is, when we take excess amount of water in our body, we are creating a lot of load and lot of stress on organs, specifically the kidney and your heart. So your heart is again under a pressure, because too much of water has come in the inside the body, and this excess water gets stored into your cells, leading to water retention. And because excess water is going in one go, your blood volume is getting altered, and kidney is getting loaded with so much of water, where kidney has to filter it very rapidly and flush out that excess water from your body. So when you take too much of water in one go, you will experience that you are getting urinated immediately. And in that urination, if it's very white and translucent in color, your urine, that means you are losing out your electrolytes through it. Okay, the urine color should be always pale yellow, and it should never be white in color or translucent in color. Okay, so that's the reason you have to avoid too much of water in one go, and you have to segregate your water intake throughout the day. Okay, so we have reached till mid morning and mid evening. Next is before and after your exercise also, water intake is important. Why before exercise water is important? Because it will help to prevent the spasms, the cramps that you get while doing certain exercise, the sprains that you get while doing certain cardio exercise. To prevent those things, water is important before exercise. Okay, it will prevent good energy, it will give good energy during your exercise. Now post exercise, what is happening? You are losing out a lot of sweat, you are losing out a lot of toxins from your body, you are breathing very fast, so a lot of water droplets or water is getting exchanged through your breathing. So that's the reason, to replenish those lost water, we have to hydrate your body with water post your exercise. Okay, again, it can be a good mixture of protein powder and water, or it can be a mixture of like sattu drink, where fluids will be there, or a lemon water, so that the electrolytes will also get replenished. And anything which is comfortable for you can have post exercise. Okay. Okay, there is one more question. Vanita ji says, if we take 3 liter water in whole day, then that much water will be drained out, or will it be more? No, not same amount will get drained out. Of course, some amount will stay in your body. Excess will go out of body, or the required amount need to go out of your body, because through urine, lot of toxins are also getting out, right? Through sweat, lot of uh, toxins are getting out of your body. So of course, it's not like if you take 3 liters of water, 3 liters will go out of your body. It will always be lesser in amount. Okay, fine. Last is before bed, taking water is again important. Now, how much you're taking, that is more important. You have to take one small sip, which means you can say one small teacup. That amount of water you can take before your bedtime. Now, why this water is important? Because it helps in your night dehydration. What happens in a night time? We go to the bed, we are in a dormant state, right? We are not moving, but your internal functions, your internal systems are working. For what? To detoxify your body, to repair your cells, or to replenish your internal body systems. To do these all work, water is required, because some transportation work is also being done by the water, right? So to prevent that dehydration, you have to take one small cup of water, a small sip before you go to bed. Okay, if you take too much of water before your bedtime, what will happen? It will hinder your sleep cycle. Okay, what will happen in the sleep cycle? You will get constant breaks. You have to get up in the at midnight and go for urination. That will create poor quality of sleep cycle. So that's the reason you have to focus that you take only one cup of water before your bedtime. Okay, so these are the timings where you can segregate your water intake and accordingly manage your per day limit. Okay, now what main thing you have to avoid over here? That you should never gulp large amount of water right after your meals or during your meals. What is happening? Water is coolant in nature, right? So when you are eating your meals, that time if you take lot of water, or post your meal immediately if you take a lot of water or maybe a glass of water, what it is doing, it is making your digestive fire slow. Okay, because your digestive fire becomes very slow, it will hinder the digestion process, and your digestion will become more sluggish, leading to bloating. So that's the reason you have to avoid water intake right after your meals and along with your meals. If you feel like while eating your meals you get little choke and you are unable to gulp certain things, then whatever liquid is there in your meal, for example buttermilk or a soup or a dal water, that will help you to pass on that food morsel inside your GI tract. Okay. Second is over drinking at once is something we have to avoid. As somebody said in the uh, group, that in the comment section, that three glasses at a time will be helpful or not. Now that is over drinking. What is happening? It will lead to bloating because it's an excess amount that has been introduced to your body. And secondly, we will lose lot of electrolytes through the urine, because then kidney has to function little faster to remove that water from the body, right? So with that process, even electrolytes are going out of your body and you will feel more tired, right? So that's the reason, avoid over drinking at once. Only 250 ml is something that you can take in one go, not more than that. 200 to 250 ml at a time is more than enough. Okay, fine. Someone says, I am 32-year-old and on antidepressant, how much water I should take? Okay, so when we are in a depressive state or a stressful state or maybe anxiety kind of things that we are experiencing, our brain is functioning at par, it is functioning at high level, right? There is constantly thinking that is happening in our brain, right? So because of that, a lot of energy is being used up by your brain and you feel tired throughout the day. So a person, if you are a male, we have already mentioned in the previous slide, right, about 3 liters something that you have to maintain, right? So if you're maintaining 3 liters of water per day, then it is sufficient. It will take care of all your health issues. But even 3 liters is something that you makes you feel little dehydrated. If you feel still tired and fatigued, then you can gradually increase little more amount of the water. Okay, fine. Okay, so Chandraveer ji says, ma'am, water is helpful in liver detox. Absolutely. Water is one of the best source to detox your body. Apart from what food sources that we introduce, water is one of the best source to detox your body. It will take all the unnecessary harmful items along with it, and it will flush out from your body either in the form of stools or either in the form of urine or sweat. Okay, so there are multiple ways from where, even from your breath, a lot of toxins we will get it out. If you do pranayama on regular basis and you enhancing your breathing cycles, you will see you will see that your lungs are becoming lighter, you feel little fresh, you are able to breathe in and exhale very nicely, and even your health issues are getting down. Why? Because lot of toxins are going out of the breath also, through the breath also. Okay, fine. Okay. Ashwinji says, water drink slowly advisable or quick drinking. So you have to take very slowly. You have to sip. So let's see the next slide, which was talking that how to drink water effectively or in a right way. Number one, you should always sip your water and do not chug. When we take good amount of water in one go, what is happening along with that water, excess amount of oxygen, excess amount of gas is also entering in your body, because of which you feel bloated. So it's the best thing to always sip your water gradually, sip by sip you have to finish that one glass. Okay, number two, never stand and take your water, always sit down and drink your water. Now why it is why they have said like this? Because when you sit down, your spine is getting erect, right? You are in a proper shape of your body. So because of which, when you drink the water is immediately going very gradually through your GI tract till your stomach, right? So for better absorption, you have to always sit down and drink water. Okay, secondly, room temperature water or warm temperature water is something recommendable compared to ice cold water, because room temperature or warm temperature is suitable for internal body temperature. So your body is not going under shock, your body is accepting that temperature because it is able to match your internal temperature. No extra work body has to do, right? So that's the reason, that's the best temperature to consume for your body. But if you're taking ice cold water on regular basis, like after your meals or after your workout session, it is creating a lot of shock to your system, and because of that shock, your digestion will go down, it will become slower. So you have to avoid ice cold water on regular basis. Okay. Lastly, always drink your water in steel bottle or steel glass and copper glasses or copper bottle compared to plastics, because what is happening, if you add warm water in a plastic or even a normal temperature water also in that plastic glass, the plastic micro you can say materials are getting reacted with the water, and somehow we are taking that plastic inside our body, leading to carcinogenic effect. If we are a person who is not doing that amount of physical activity, or we are not eating right good amount of food on regular basis, or we are making sure that we are not eating food which is very close to nature, somehow this plastic stays inside your body for years and years, and then it leads to carcinogenic effect. Okay. So to avoid that, we have to focus more on certain kind of metallic kind of products which doesn't react with your body, or it create any kind of harmful thing for the body, right? So copper and steel bottles are one of the safe thing that you can introduce. Again, switching your bottles, like few time, you for a few period you consuming water in a copper vessel, then in steel bottles. If you keep on switching, that will be helpful compared to only just focusing on copper bottles. Okay, fine. There are a few questions. Chandraveer ji says, ma'am, 3 liter in 24 hours, else in 12 hours. Yeah, in one complete day you have to finish up 3 liters of water. Okay. People with thyroid issues, should they drink 2 to 3 liter? Absolutely, Suchita ji. You have to make sure that you are not going below 2 liters anyhow. Whatever happens, 2 to 2.5 liter is something which is recommendable. Okay. For females, 2 to 2.5 is something that you should drink on regular basis. If you're doing more physical activity where you're losing out a lot of sweat and energy, then surely you can increase your water intake. Okay, fine. Suchita ji says, is it better to take charged water like mint, fruits, etc., or normal? That's what you have to keep on switching. It's not necessary that you have to focus only on the plain water. You can always go for multiple other water like herbal teas, infused water. Even they are the good sources of hydration. Okay, fine. Let's see the signs that says us that you are dehydrated. Okay, I'll take few questions later on. Fine. So if you want to understand that your body is under that dehydration stage, you have to look into the signs that your body is trying to tell you. Okay, number one is thirst or dry mouth. Automatically, when you do a lot of talking, or uh, when you are just sitting idle and working on your desk with your certain things, maybe your work chores, whatever you doing, and in that whole process you're forgetting to drink water on regular basis, somehow you will get that kind of dry mouth effect, right? And thirst is not a signal that you should drink water, or it's not a signal of drinking water. Thirst is a sign of dehydration, and it has reached to that stage. Now your body requires excess amount of water so that your thirst signal will go down, right? So we always assume that when we become thirsty, that time only we should take water. No, when your body will give you this thirst signal when you're already reached to that dehydrated stage, right? So to prevent that, you have to take water on right timings, which I have mentioned in previous slides. Okay. Number two, even when you get headaches or you feel fatigue or dizziness, these are all signs that tell you that you are dehydrated somehow. Okay, there are multiple other reasons also for feeling fatigue or headache, but one of the reason could be the water. So moment you get little headache, or moment you feel tired or dizzy, you have to first look for water intake. Always replenish your water stores and then see how your body is reacting. If you feel even though even taking water is not helping me, then somehow some deficiency must be there in your body. Okay, But sudden headaches when you get, or sudden fatigueness you feel, or sudden dizziness you feel, that means your body is dehydrated. Okay. Next is your urine color. If your urine color is very dark yellow, that means your body is highly dehydrated. Okay. And apart from that, when you get muscle cramps, suddenly you are getting muscle cramps, and that too in excess amount, that means your body is dehydrated. Okay. So when you go for a gym, when you go for certain workouts, and if you're getting little spasms on regular basis, that means your body is under hydration. It's dehydrated basically. Okay. Now last is about dry skin or dry lips. These are again a good sign that your skin requires good amount of hydration. Okay. Lastly, even a mild dehydration can affect your focus, your mood, and your energy. So, the moment throughout the day, if you start your day with your daily chores and you see around 11 or 12, you feel little tired, you have to look for the water intake that you have taken throughout the day. Or by the end of the day, for example, around 4 to 5 p.m., if you feel little tired and fatigued, that means somehow you have not hydrated well. So, these are all the signs that body tells you that you have to hydrate on regular basis. Okay, fine. So let's understand how to check our urine color, and according to that we understand that whether your body is hydrated or not. If you see the chart which I've mentioned, which I've shown on the PPT slide, first three are well hydrated stage. Okay, pale yellow color is something which is acceptable. Okay, but if you are slightly darker, that yellow color is slightly darker, that means you are ending into dehydrated stage. And the color is super dark, like brown ochre yellow, that means you are severely dehydrated, which might lead to like kidney stone, or might lead to like UTI infections and many more things. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're always in the first three stage, which is well hydrated state. Okay, fine. Okay, Sangeeta ji says pH 8.5 to 9 is okay using alkaline ionizer. Absolutely fine. 9 is too alkaline, 8.5 is something which is acceptable. Okay. Smita ji says I drink approximately 1 to 1.5 liter water, but ever time drink water, I feel the urge to urinate. Okay, so that means you are either drinking too fast, you're gulping the water. So always sit down and take your water very slowly and sip by sip. That will not give you this urge to urinate immediately. Again, 1 to 1.5 liter is very less. You have to go beyond 2 liters. Okay, so that your other functionings of your body are functioning pretty well. Okay, so Chita Ji says if someone does not drink water properly, how to hydrate? So one is the water source, that plain water that you have to look into. You have to timely, you can put alarms for giving you a reminder that you have to drink water 1 glass. Apart from that, there are many other sources which I'll be talking in the next slide. Okay, fine. See how to build up this hydration habits. Number one is always carry your water bottle everywhere, wherever you, whether you are in the house or whether you are in the office or you're traveling somewhere, always in your bag there should be good amount 1 liter of bottle in your bag. Okay, so you have to carry your own bottle everywhere. Do not rely on anybody else. Secondly, set reminders if you forget to drink. Now there are so many water tracker apps available on Play Stores. Please go and download any one app and put your timings and put your daily recommended water intake. Accordingly, that alarms will buzz and you have to take your water. Okay, so this will put you into a habit that ultimately your body will register that these are the timings where you have to drink water. So later on, alarms will not be, you can just stop using that alarms and automatically your body will respond to drink water. Okay, number three is always hydrate before physical activity. Why? Because if you directly go into physical activity without hydration, then you might get muscle cramps or sprains and spasms. Okay, Lastly, try herbal infusion. As I said, not only plain water is something that will help you in hydration. Apart from that, there are many other sources. You can add mint into your water, you can add tulsi into your water, fennel seeds, jeera seeds, cumin seeds, coriander seeds. There is ajwain you can add into it. You can add barley into the water for cleaning your kidney. You can add lemon into the water. Anything which is available in your kitchen, you can take and add into that water and make your water interesting if you feel plain water is something which is boring. Okay. Other food sources which are a bit hydrating are herbal teas. Okay, so tulsi, chamomile, lemongrass, fennel, these are like multiple herbal teas that you can prepare in the home itself. It will not only help you to calm your mind, but it will also give you good detox kind of effect in your body, and your digestion will be better. Apart from that, fruits and vegetables are one of the best source which will help to hydrate your body. So cucumber, watermelon, muskmelon, cantaloupe, oranges, sweet lime, bottle gourd, snake gourd, ridge gourd, these are all good amount of ash gourd, one of the good sources of fruits and vegetable which have good amount of water inside it. So go for more water rich sources kind of fruits and vegetables. Okay, it not only supplies the water but also gives you good amount of electrolytes, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, and fiber also. Okay, next is soups and broths that you can prepare at home. From there you can get good amount of water, like vegetable broth, moong dal soup, or any other protein soup or ragi soup, whichever you can make it at home. You can just prepare it and club it into your dinner, one of the good source of hydration. Okay, coconut water is one of the good source for hydrating. So it's not only just giving you fluids, it's a natural electrolytes that has been it has good amount of potassium inside it. So water, coconut water is what you can introduce at least on regular basis, or maybe like twice a or thrice a week. Okay, apart from that, electrolyte drinks are there, like you can make your homemade ors. Of course you can purchase the ors from outside if you feel too dehydrated, but apart from that, even at home you can make good amount of lemon water which will help you to which will help you to rehydrate. Okay, yeah, so these are like other sources which will help to hydrate your body apart from just plain water. Okay, any doubts so far over here? So this was all for today's session, that how to drink water at what time, in what method, which is very important. Everything has been explained in today's session. And with this, we have come up with a new task for everyone, that in this week you have to switch your dehydrating drink with hydrating one. So if you think that there is too much of soda items or aerated drinks that you're taking on regular basis, or you take too much of chai or too much of coffee in a day, then replace that with hydrating meal. It can be anything: lemon water, coconut water, infused water, herbal tea, or maybe soups or fruits or certain salads. These all will help you to hydrate. So this is how you can come out of the bad habit towards the good habit. Okay, you have to always choose for better choices when something is making you dehydrated. Okay, okay, let's see the questions that have come in the comment section. uh, Okay, so Vanita ji says, can we use glass water bottles? Yes, even glass water bottles are safe because there is no reaction between your water and glass. So even glass water bottle you can have, you can use it. Okay, okay. Smita ji says, I drink. Okay, I've already answered that. Okay, Suchita ji says, if someone does not drink water properly, how to hydrate, which I've answered already. Sangeeta ji says pH 8.59 is okay using alkaline ionizer, absolutely fine. Just don't take it too much, because if you take too much of this alkaline water, your body will be out of balance of acid and alkalinity. So always make sure that if you using this alkaline ionizer technique, preferably just take a half a liter of that particular water in that particular day. Okay, fine. Sobaji says, sometimes I felt burning sensation and bloating stomach. Now, why burning sensation? Because there could be lack of water, there could be longer gap between your meals where the acids are getting produced. And if acids are getting produced with the empty stomach, that it will also create a lot of bloating effect in your stomach. Okay, because if your stomach is empty, nothing is there, and these acids are getting aggravated, there is a chemical reaction that is constantly happening inside your stomach that will lead to gas formations leading to bloating. So try to avoid longer gap between your meals, make sure your water intake is sufficient, and accordingly you will see these all. Avoid spice also into your diet, this will really help. Okay, Ashwinji says, today joined first time. How can I get previous session? Okay, all the previous sessions are posted on the social media platform of Times Health Plus. Please go on it and refer to all the previous sessions. Even today's session will be uploaded there. Okay, so do not forget to follow us on Instagram also, on YouTube also, and get updates about us. Okay, fine. Okay, so Maji says, Mummy has diabetes. How to make lemon water for her? Okay, so if a person who is diabetic, I would suggest just squeezing a lemon, half lemon or one full lemon with good 1 glass of water and adding rock salt inside it. Okay, now to replace sugar, either you can avoid adding sugar completely and just give her that sort of water, or if you want to replace sugar, the best source could be monk fruit sugar. So in the market now, this monk fruit is being converted into sugar particles, which has 0 calories. So if a person who is diabetic can always prefer to this monk fruit sugar and add into your any recipes where sugar is required. And apart from that, jaggery is one of the better source, but again, little pinch if you add just to get the sweetened taste is absolutely fine, but not too much. Okay, fine. Labin Rajanji says, can 3 green tea be drank in a day to keep yourself hydrated instead of plain water or black tea? Okay, any tea, whether it's a black tea, black coffee, or green tea, or matcha tea, everyone has caffeine inside it. Okay, of course, the percentage of the caffeine differs from coffee to other sources, but everyone has caffeine inside it, which if you take an excess amount in a day will make your body dehydrated. Okay, so once a day if you take these all caffeinated beverages is absolutely fine, and that also before 2 p.m. Post 2 p.m. if you take any caffeinated products, it will disturb your sleep cycle, because any caffeine to get out of your body takes approximately more than 8 hours, right? So effect of staying alert will remain for this 8 hours. So preferably post 2 p.m. you have to avoid all the caffeine beverages. Okay, so once a day, if you go for green tea or a black tea, would be much better option compared to going for 3 times. Okay, if you feel that you have a habit of taking this 3 times green tea, 1 time you can go for green tea, rest 2 time you can switch with the herbal teas. Any tea you can make, whether it's a lemongrass, tulsi, pudina tea, or ajwain jeera tea, or fennel seed tea, or chamomile, whatever you feel comfortable, you can go for herbal teas. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so in the just to understand that water in particular health issues also, let me make you understand that a person who is having certain kidney disorders, okay, so for them the percentage of water will vary. Okay, if a person who is having severe kidney failure, then that person have to drink water less, because kidney is not functioning that adequately. Okay, if a person who is in an acute stage of kidney, again there will be some restrictions along with salt restriction, because salt has tendency to retain water inside the cells. That's why these two restrictions comes in an acute stage. But if a person who is having slightly higher creatine levels, then you have to replenish more with water, because when creatine goes high, when you are dehydrated, when a lot of toxins are being built up, and the filtration rate of your kidney is not happening that effectively, that's the reason your creatinine levels are going high. The first number one thing is you have to hydrate very very well. Number two will be the protein intake, okay, so that your creatinine levels comes in a right check. Apart from that, one more thing, regarding the water intake, a person who is having high uric acid levels can also be because of lack of water intake for longer time. Okay, if your body is dehydrated for longer time, for maybe 6 months, a year or so, you're not taking enough water for your body, even that time your uric acids are getting high in your body. Okay, so try to make sure, if anybody whose blood parameter shows high uric acid, first you have to fix your water intake, and then secondly you have to restrict your foods which are high in purines. Okay. Ashwinji says 5 p.m. tea is not as advisable for better sleep. Absolutely, it's not advisable, because even tea contains little caffeine and tannins inside it, which can lead to, again, poor sleep quality, or secondly, it will also lead to acidity. Few people do get feeling of acidic because they take tea along with poor snack options like fried anything that is fried, or anything which is high in salt or high in sugar. If that is clubbed with the tea, that will also lead to acidity. Okay, so to maintain your internal stomach health, best to always take these all beverages in the morning time, post your breakfast. Okay, and not along with any snack, or not in the evening. Okay, any other questions that we can talk about in today's session? Okay, so let's understand in the past, anybody who have attended the previous lecture, we have started with the series of lifestyle pillars, right? So first pillar was all about stress, second pillar was all about sleep, and this is the third pillar, which is all about hydration. Okay, so now I have completed this hydration series. In the next session, we are going to understand the fourth pillar, which is all about physical activity, like exercise and different types of physical activity, which is required for every individual to do it on regular basis. Whether you're young, you're middle age, or you're elder, every individual should keep at least one sort of physical activity per day, which will help to make your metabolism better and will prevent all the future diseases. Okay, so that we will understand in the next session. So please do come in the next session, because there you will really understand, along with these three pillars, this fourth pillar is also equally equivalent, equally important. Okay, when this four pillars, if you understand in detail and you start applying gradually on daily basis, whatever the tasks we give, if you do that on daily basis, you will realize that not only diet, which is important, along with diet, if we fix all these other lifestyle parameters, automatically your life cycle, automatically your health will become better. Okay, fine. Okay, there is one more questions. Vanita ji says, if someone is having UTI, then how much water intake should be there? Apart from that, what could be done to cure it? Okay, so number one, whenever you get UTI, it means that your body was already in a dehydrated state. So somehow you have to reach till 3 liters to curb that UTI issue. Okay, so this UTI is what exactly? It is an inflammatory stage in your complete urinary tract, right? So to heal that urinary tract, you have to focus certain cooling food which can be passed on through fluids, so that it reaches to that area and the inflammation reduces. Okay, so number one, you have to normally hydrate with plain water for 3 liters. Along with that, you can add all the water rich source. Cranberry juice is one of the effective juice in UTI, so you can go for that. Any vitamin C rich sources like oranges, avla, or sweet lime, lemon. These are all citrus kind of foods which have good amount of vitamin C. Even leafy vegetable little bit will really help you to reduce this inflammation. Okay, so anything which is vitamin C rich, anything which is hydrating in nature like cucumber, watermelon, muskmelon, cantaloupe, all the gourd vegetables, introduce that more. Avoid spice during such period. Okay, add lot of fluid foods like soups, khichdi made with lot of moisture inside it, lot of water inside it. Go for those kind of foods on regular basis. Make sure you hydrate with multiple different sort of waters like coconut water, lemon water, barley water, one of the best source to reduce the inflammation. So these are all things I think you can add. Even sabja water is one of the good source. Sabja is a basil seeds which you have to just soak for hardly few minutes and it just puff up, and that water along with that seed you can take because it has very good cooling agent. Okay, how to make barley water? Very simple. Firstly, you have to wash the barley very thoroughly. Okay, it has a lot of powder inside it, so wash it very thoroughly. Then you can take 30 grams or 15 grams of barley seeds and boil in good 1 liter of water. Boil it very thorough. Let all the internal main ingredients that we require from the barley, let it come inside that water. So boil it very nicely and then keep a lid and let it cool down. Once it's cooled down, you can you can strain the water and you can make the seeds apart from that water, and that 1 liter of water you have to hydrate throughout the day. Okay, now the remaining seeds can be added into salads or can be added into soups or can be made into a khichdi. So this is how we are using complete barley seed. Okay, fine. Is pearl barley or okay from a pearl barley okay from a bottle? I didn't get you, D'Souza ji. Pearl barley okay from bottle, I didn't understood. So if you're saying that water that we make out of this barley can be added into a bottle and taken, yes, yes, absolutely fine. That you can do it. Okay. So that's all for today. I hope the given task you will be doing the one from the shop, I would suggest please take it from in just make it at your home and consume that barley water. Of course, barley will get in the market. You can purchase that, and all the preparation work you do in the house itself. Because the more freshly made things you will consume, more it will be beneficial for your body. Okay, so that's all for today. Whatever the task I have given you, please try to practice it. You will get good understanding that how to come out of the bad habits and enter into good habits. And however was the experience, please do share with me in the next session. We will again connect about the same series, and we will surely discuss about whatever task that has been given in this week. So please eat with awareness, drink your water with complete awareness. Please do not compromise your water intake because it's equally important the way you take your food on regular basis. Okay, so have a happy weekend and see you in the next session. Namaste.